In what amounts to some major pushback against Mayor John Tory and the province, a majority of City Council here are now officially opposed to Bill 39, that legislation that allows Mayor Tory to push through bylaws with just 1/3 of Council's approval. It proves to be the latest move in a chess match that calls it undemocratic.
We consider Bill 39, and from a personal perspective, it has no place in a democracy for anyone to rule with 1/3 of the votes, as opposed to a majority, which is the standard in every board, every agency, nonprofit, corporate, and in every legislature.
With that, 15 signatures at the bottom of a letter from the majority of Toronto City Councillors addressed to Premier Ford and Municipal Affairs Minister Steve Clark. Each of them concerned that business at City Hall could be done without them, and what they say are the impacts on the checks and balances of power that would result from the loss of majority rule. What kind of message does this send?
We're asking the province to hold off passing Bill 39. They've not demonstrated a justification for doing it in such a hurry. I've repeatedly called for a proper staff report analyzing how strong mayor powers work in other cities.
Mayor John Tory releasing a statement shortly after saying, quote, "I've been clear that my leadership style and overall approach, consistently demonstrated over 8 years, will not change. I will continue to work collaboratively with the council to get things done, as we have done together for 2 terms. Even with the provincial changes set to be approved at Queen's Park this week, my determination to always try to reach a council consensus on the issues our city faces remains steadfast."
He's been clear that it would only be on matters of transit or housing of citywide importance, that it would be preceded by a City of Toronto staff report, and it would only happen if there was not consensus that could be found through council.
The powers would also extend to Ottawa, but City Council there, including Mayor Mark Sutcliffe, unanimously passed a motion last week opposing Bill 39, requesting the province to keep existing majority rules intact.
The increasingly common view that this is not democratic is very valid in my opinion, because it takes away the power of voters who are told if you just elect a councillor from your area, that person will represent you. I think it's a disaster. The short-term effect would be to make mayors, and in some cases other officials who control the operation of councils, dictators.
What kind of message do you think you're sending, not just to the province, but to Mayor Tory?
I think the message is that we as a council can come together and work across our political differences. We represent a lot of different points of view, every corner of the city. This is what council is about.
Now, Mayor Tory also making a point of saying that these strong mayor powers will be up for debate at a city council meeting next week, only after the province passes Bill 39 this week. I can tell you there's lots of fireworks going on behind the scenes here at City Hall. It's certainly going to be interesting when they're on full public display next Wednesday.